Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Trey here. I'm back with another video. Today, I'm showing you guys a big project that I've been working on. Now, I know today's supposed to be survival. I wasn't able to record it today. I'll be doing it tomorrow. My entire schedule is probably going to change. I'm not going to get into that right now. But yeah, I just want to get into this video. So basically, this video, I'm going to explain what it is a little bit, show off what I've built so far, which isn't much. I've just started working on it today. And then, we're going to build one machine together, which is quick. But basically, what I'm doing is building, like, an area where you can build your own zombie maps and stuff. So I have, first of all, over here, every structure spawn runs off an ocelot egg. And then, so you spawn the structure with the ocelot egg, and then every structure takes 2 command blocks to summon. You have the first command block, which tests 4 blocks, tilde, tilde 1, tilde, tilde, tilde 1, tilde. So that'll test for this block and test if it's the same as this block. So you see how this has the broken generator in it. And if that's the same, it'll execute at E type equals ocelot. So this will happen where the ocelot you spawn in is. And it will clone the structures I have down there. That's where I'm going to be building all the structures. It'll clone it to where it is. So that means if I'm going to clear out this chest first. So I can run it from the base. Oh god. So let me clear my inventory. Which I've been getting really deep with command blocks, guys. And then game mode S. This all works. It's all survival friendly. So basically, first I have a custom menu. Not all of it's built in yet. I just started working on it, like I said. But first you have the power supply. If I run that, it won't clear the coal. I'm still wondering why. So to open this up, you have city grid. Now this doesn't change because this is everything. Generator, advanced generator, and broken generator. Now the only thing I've built so far is the broken generator. But if I put that in this, which is choose placement, the info hasn't been implemented yet either. And I take out all these, yada yada. Oh, I didn't click on it. Yada yada yada. Now what if you're thinking, like, this is the question you guys might ask. This box, you've only got 64 uses. No, if you leave and open it back up, it refills. So you get an infinite number of uses. So I take this. Now anywhere I go, if I spawn in an ocelot, it will start to cause, since I'm recording, it's more laggy than it normally would be. My recording software causes my Minecraft to be a little laggy sometimes. Now, the bigger the structure, the more lag it'll cause. And it causes the lag for about 2 seconds if it's a huge structure, and half a second if it's a smaller structure. Now, 1-block structures like these, or like maybe crafting benches will be a little more advanced just because they have to run in everything. But basic structures, just like a block structure, if I'm not recording, there will be no lag. The recording software just causes lag. There we go. That's just 3 generators, right? But what if this is the reset button, by the way, to reset the menu. What if I don't want that? So I want to go in the terraforming and choose the water tool. So I throw that in there. Actually, no, you want it to be in the first slot. Throw that in there. Crap. And now, instead of getting the basic generators... Whoa, 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 whoa. No idea what just happened, guys. This has never happened to me before. I think what happened was there's a chance, which I'm going to have to find a way to eliminate, or I'm going to have to change the mob, one of the two. I might change it away from Ocelot to stop this. I forgot that there's a chance when using the Ocelot egg that babies will spawn with it, and I think that's what just happened. Like, 2 babies spawn with it, so it activated the command multiple times. That's what just... You saw how it worked, though, but that's a bug that I didn't think about because it never happened until now. Let's hope it doesn't happen again because that was annoying. I think it happened again. That's a lot of lag. Yeah, it did. Okay, I'm gonna fix that bug, guys. Don't worry. Before this map gets uploaded, I will completely fix that bug. Now, it could be a month or two before I upload this, because I want to add at least 100 items to the beta. But you see how the water one works. Now, what you're probably wondering is, like, because, you know, ocelots, you spawn them in there fast, and you don't see the ocelot till it dies, right? So some people might be wondering how I did that. Well, basically, I have 2 repeating command blocks. One is set to make the ocelot invisible every second, and it repeats, and that'll repeat 20 times a second, so it will make it invisible 20 times before the invisibility goes away. And then by then it will have reset, so yeah. I'll fix the water glitch that didn't happen before, but I did just update my systems. Because before I had like ugly AND gates and stuff, then I realized I could really simplify. I had 5 command blocks running the spawning system, and it was really huge, and now I can simplify it to 3 command blocks. So it's a lot better. Now this is the kill ocelot egg. Kill ocelot thing. So it's just running on a basic timer. This is the refill. Sorry. Now this is the more complex one. Crap, it deleted some of the menu stuff. You guys see how these aren't the same? It deleted the menu stuff. Okay guys, so I came back and I fixed it all up, and then I added in the other item we're gonna need, which is the raise item, which is where you can raise the ground around it. So you can build hills and stuff. So basically what we need to do, you first need to place 2 command blocks like this. Now, upon building this, because these are a little more advanced commands, and if you don't even know how to give yourself a command block, you're probably not going to be able to build these on your own, but I will show you because I need to anyways. So /give @p command _ block. I'm going to type that in real quick, and then I'm going to get rid of these. You're going to want to place one like that. Make sure you place it like that. And then I'm going to need to come back a block and place another one. So you need to have 2, make sure all the arrows are pointing the same way. Then repeat, always active and always active and unconditional. So you need to do test for, not faux, test for blocks, tilde, tilde 1, tilde. So that'll basically test for the block above. So tilde, tilde 1, tilde. Crap. Now if you're building this, oh, I'm getting some lag. Oh wait, no. If you don't have your coordinates yet, set it to needs redstone, because it causes a lot of lag if you don't have the command completed. So now you need to find your coordinates, which I know. No. I need to get this, because that's my reset button. So I need to get back up here, and I need to just throw this back on. Good thing about shulker boxes, which is why I'm using them, if you mine it, it gives you the box with the items inside. So I just toss that back down there. So if you realize you're getting a little bit of lag, just do kill Addy. Make sure not on survival, because it will kill you. But that can sometimes you just have loads of items laying on the ground from breaking blocks or whatever, and that's what it is. So you need to find your coordinates. Now I know the coordinates of what I'm using. So if you're doing the system like me, where you have a shulker box, you put the item in the shulker box, that's how you load it in. My choose placement, you need to find the coordinates of where that box is. To find the coordinates, do /TP tilde tilde tilde. That'll give you the coordinates of the block you're standing on. I mean, those are the coordinates I'm using. I was just giving an example, but I'm using 1, 37, -31. Those are my coordinates of it. Oh crap. So now that I have that, I need to find, so if you're having trouble and you don't want to like go through and have to rename items again, first empty your choose placement box, reset this, go into here, I'll go in my terraforming, and then I'll choose the item I want to do, put it in the choose placement, and mine the choose placement box. That'll give me it back, and since I'm on creative, I can place it back down there with the item inside, and place it here. Now, upon building these, as long as your commands are typed in correctly, I experience very little lag. Recording, I experience more, but I experience very little lag. But if I go in here and I accidentally I'm missing a tilde or I spelled test for block wrong or something, it says invalid command syntax because that was just the last output, which was the invalid stuff. Or I'm missing a set of coordinates or anything, the lag will get intense, especially if you have a lot of misspelled and mess ups and stuff. But now I need to set a chain, always active. Make sure your chain blocks are conditional, otherwise they will start to repeat forever once they have been activated once. Make sure it's conditional or it'll screw everything up. But now you need to do execute at E type equals ocelot. I will probably go through and change all these. So you bracket that. That means that because at E means all entities, but if you do at E bracket type equals ocelot, end bracket, all entities that are ocelots it'll activate at. So then you want to do tilde. It's always easiest just to do that. But then this is what we're going to do. How I've been doing it with the other structures is building it down there and copying it and stuff. That's not what we're doing with this. This is going to be to raise the ground you have. So I want to do clone tilde -1 tilde -1 because I want to clone the ground below it to the block above it. Tilde -1 tilde 1 tilde 1 tilde -1 tilde -1. So basically I want to start out with -x, -y, positive z, then positive x, -y, -z. And then I want it to just go to tilde. So that'll set it. Now if I set this to always active, so it's working. See if I leave and go back in, now it just says 1 block's compared. So I need an ocelot spawn egg. Now you can take the ones for the chest, or you can just grab one from your creative inventory, it doesn't matter. But now, if I spawn this in, it should raise the ground. Lag. But yeah, as you see, it raised the ground up a block. If I spawn another one in here, it'll raise up the ground. Spawn another one in here, raise up the ground. If I throw in some stone, there's some stone in the mix, it raises up the stone. So you see how it all works? It's a really neat system, actually. Yeah, it looks like one of our relative coordinates, because basically, why I did like the positive x and stuff, it just selects an entire square. But it looks like it's setting it at the wrong block. So, basically, it depends on what way your map's facing and everything. But you might just have to mess with the x and z coordinates a bit to get it to summon in the exact correct block that you want. That's one big thing. So basically, that's what we made. We didn't build a structure, we didn't clone a structure. So the only difference, since we wanted to select this little square and raise it up, the only difference in what we just did compared to what I was doing is that instead of using the relative coordinates, I was taking exact coordinates of the structures I build down there. So you replace the first 2 coordinates we put in with the coordinates you'd get down there. And if it's one block, you use the same coordinate twice. So yeah, that's basically what it is for that. Now I just want to talk a little bit about stuff that I want to add. So the first thing, there will be no nether, no ends. There won't be an ender dragon or anything. None of that stuff will exist. There might be a wither. I'm not sure if I want to add the wither. Now, the only mob from the nether, besides if I do decide to add the wither, that will exist excuse me, is the Wither Skeleton, which is going to be considered like it'll only exist at night. If it's going to have random spawn and stuff, but if it spawns during the day, it gets teleported to like a place where it suffocates to death and dies. So the Wither Skeletons will come out at night. They're going to be super fast, super strong. It's going to be really hard to kill. But basically I want every mob to have their own custom effects. It's not like a normal zombie, a normal creeper. It's all going to be custom. So like a zombie will be a little stronger. I'm just going to give it strength 1. It's going to be a little stronger. And then it's going to wear a zombie head so it can no longer burn. And then I'm also going to give it the hunger effect so it's like the husk is. The husk is going to have this, it already can't burn, so I don't need to do zombie head. It's going to have strength 1 again, so it hits a little stronger. And then I'm going to give it swiftness 2, so it's quick. So you've got a running zombie and a normal zombie, and they both give you hunger when they hit you. The stray, I'm not sure what I want to do with yet. Skeleton, I'm going to make bandits. I'm going to make it so they can't burn. They wear armor and everything. And then so that's going to be like with them. That's going to be their custom stuff. Then you have creepers, which I'm actually going to be making easier a little bit. It's going to be, I'm giving them slowness 2. So it's like if you've ever played Resident Evil or something, like Bloated. The bloaters and stuff they do a lot of damage if they get up close to you and actually blow up on you. They do loads of damage, but they're really slow. So they give you time to rearrange your inventory quickly if you have to. So, I mean, that's what they do. Spiders, what I want to do is give them, like, a really good speed buff, but give them a weakness buff. So they do not little damage, but they're really fast and hard to hit. So, yeah. Cave spider, no idea what I want to do with yet. So there's a few mobs I don't have it decided for yet, but... And then, after that, there's also going to be custom items, custom weapons, all kinds of stuff like that. And then also, I don't just want to be like, oh yeah, cool, you can build up a city, you can spawn in custom mobs, people gotta fight. There's going to be questing systems and everything you can set up where you can build your own quests with your own custom rewards and everything. So that's basically going to be like, it's basically going to be set up like this. Player detection sensor I'm still working on, but it shouldn't be too hard. Probably going to have these 3 command blocks to run a player detection sensor, and then the 2 command blocks it takes to spawn them in. So it's going to be about 5 command blocks to run a player detection spawner thing. And then there will be the quest start block, which will be, you have to name the quest, not sure. I'm thinking about giving you it'll set a command block down for you. Maybe with the command you already need in it, it'll just say go into the command block and type what you want the quest to be called and stuff. So I'm not 100% sure how I want to do that exactly yet, because that involves titles and commands and stuff that alter depending on what you want it to say. So it's gonna be a lot harder to do questing, but I'm gonna make it happen. Like I don't just want it to be try to survive in an apocalyptic world. I want there to be quests you can build up and everything. There's going to be all kinds of structures you can build. The world's supposed to have custom gravity and everything too. So yeah. I mean, the structures will collapse eventually. They have like real life collapse. They have like real time where it collapses and stuff. So if the structure is not supported at all, and it's made out of weaker blocks, which I am going to give blocks like strength level, like cobblestone will be weaker than stone bricks. So if like I'm trying to think, if you had one cobblestone pillar and one stone brick pillar, the cobblestone pillar will fall before the stone brick one does. Maybe the stone brick one won't fall at all if it's not holding up too much weight. So everything's gonna have weight levels, which will affect other blocks. And that's probably going to cost about 100 command blocks, because I got to build in multiple commands per block that I want the weight level to change for. Yeah, it's going to be tricky. But yeah. But anyways, off that, I'll tell you guys will find out more and see so much in the updates that I release. Next week, when I do another video on this, there'll be so many more structures added and all kinds of crap that I add. And yeah, wait, actually I have one more thing I need to show you. This is the hub. I didn't show you the hub actually. So right now you have tutorial section. You have the tutorials. This one is chests and stuff, which haven't actually been added yet, but they will be before I release the update. I'm gonna need this because I'm recording software. I'm a little laggy. If I head over here, this talks about spawning structures and stuff, which I just went over. I'm not gonna go over again. So, oh my gosh. And if I head in here, you have world selection. So world selection is not going to be I build multiple of each world and then run that, because that would involve rebuilding every command block creation I've made, because they run off coordinates, not relative coordinates. So I have to rebuild every command block structure I made. So what I'm going to do instead is have it so when you build a structure, it'll save it and teleport it to the saved area, and it'll teleport the other one that you click back in. So that means you can have multiple saves that'll all run right up here. So it's going to be lag loading in a new world. It's going to be a little laggy, which is why what I think I want to do when I load a new world is teleport you to the whole other side of the map, so the lag is extremely low and your game doesn't like crash. I'm going to teleport you, then I'm going to clone it all, and then I'm going to wait probably like 10-20 seconds. I'll do like a fake loading screen or something, then I'll teleport you back, and I'll load in a new world. But you have a small world, and I'm going to go over the sizes I have. So small world is 100 by 100, pretty big, if you ask me, for a small world anyways. The normal world is 500 by 500. The large world, which is on the other side, but my world's breaking, is 1,000 by, it's going to be 1,000 by 1,000, and the extra large world is going to be 10,000 by 10,000, which is huge already. Like, if you need more than that, you're crazy, but there is going to be something bigger than that, which is basically what the map I'm actually building myself is, which is what this is based off of. It uses the same type of concepts being added into my map, whether they're added yet or they're just planned or whatever, but the same type of concepts going into my map are used here for you to build with. So there is country size, which is going to be 100,000 by 100,000. Now this I'm not sure, because it could end up just crashing no matter how far you are. I want to do world size, which is going to be like 100 million by 100 million. Be absolutely humongous. It would be for those people that want to spend like months building. Like they want to build a big one, but they don't want to have to work on programming every command block and watching tutorials to program everything. So, but mine would help them with that, because I do want to let people. I'm gonna find like a cheat-proof way to keep my credit thing running, so people can't steal credit for this. Like, I'm gonna find whenever you hit the credit button, it won't say, they can't like go into creative and cheat it in to say they built this entire thing. It'll say me, and I'm gonna find a cheat-proof way to completely stop them. I'll find it, guys. You just wait and see it. It will happen. But yeah, it's that way. But then people can re-upload this to the UCK.io app, which is the app I use, and have people play their maps based off the world that they create. So yeah, I mean, I think it'll be really cool to have these people using the thing I upload to be able to build maps that they couldn't build just because they didn't have the command block knowledge, or they didn't have the time to be building the same structure over and over, or spend years building a map that could only get 10 views. So, I mean, it'll help a lot of people that want to build maps but don't have the command block knowledge or the time. It'll give them a chance to actually be able to build a map. And also, it's just fun for me because I'm all into this kind of stuff, like worlds and crap where you get to build stuff like this. So building this for someone else and then doing all this command block work is just fun for me too. It's not even doing it because I want to help people. That's not why I started, honestly. I started just because I thought it was going to be fun, and then I got into it. I'm like, this will really help people. But yeah, if you enjoyed, don't forget to drop a like and subscribe. And until next time, goodbye.